Welcome back, AfterBuzzers. We are here. 13 Reasons Why After Show. We're talking about Season 3, Episode 7. There are a number of problems with Clay Jensen, and boy, are they. We're talking about Ani and Clay, Ani and Bryce, Clay and his mother. We got so much to talk about. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome back. We are here. 13 Reasons Why After Show. A lot went down on this episode. I'm your boy, Danny Royce, but I can't talk about it alone. No, I can't do that. She brings us our news and gossip every show. Also, the new correspondent of Disney News Weekly. My girl, is TV Weekly? Oh, yeah, my God, Disney News TV Weekly.
Disney TV Weekly.
Disney TV Weekly. Make sure you check it out. Disney TV Weekly. My girl, Shay Jones.
Hi, guys. Sometimes I got to make sure everything's correct.
You just,
with my name on it, I'm just saying.
You got to. You should put a name on. Have respect on a name.
Respect.
And respect. And she also brings us the special segment, Who Done It? My girl. She has a travel show. It calls Monica Goes. That right?
That is right. Yes.
My girl, Monica Ortega.
Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for tuning in.
Had to make sure I had the name right.
Right.
So this episode, a lot went down, right? Man. Okay, so there are a number of problems with Clay Jensen. There are. I agree.
That's the name of this episode?
It is.
That's awesome.
No, seriously, that's the name of this
Talk
episode.
about literal.
Yes. That's why I'm like, I love these episode titles. They're amazing. Shay, what was your overall thoughts on the episode?
Overall, it was just a lot coming at us and like going at other people, and obviously Clay has his own issues on top of everything, getting confronted, like being in an interrogation room without a lawyer, his mom now learning what he now knows about Bryce, and Ani, he's dealing with a lot.
Yes, that's true. Wow. Monica, how about you?
This episode made me mad.
Yes, I agree.
This was probably the first episode I didn't like. I was angry at everyone. I was angry at Ani. I was angry at Clay. I was angry at Casey. Like, all of them.
I'm angry at Alex.
I was like, I just want to get through this one because I was mad at them all.
I was mad at everyone, too. Like, there are a number of problems with everyone. The title should have been called. Yeah. Because, it was just so much. They were out lashing out at everyone, and people didn't care where they were in public, and I was like, doing the most. But let's start off with Ani and Clay and their relationship. So we saw their relationship pick up a little bit with, like, the killer robots, and we saw how they were acting towards one another in the past in that beautiful flashback. Shay, what did you think about their relationship and where it led throughout this episode?
Past and then present?
Yeah.
Okay, so past, I thought it was just so cute, and the whole cosplaying thing, if you're into it. And I actually like the fact that Clay can sew. I thought that was a nice, neat talent, like he hid.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think...
So.
Would you be embarrassed if, like...
I can actually sew, my mom taught me, but not like on the machine. I can actually, like...
Oh, hand sew. Yeah. I mean, I can too, but I just thought that was a neat thing, for a guy to be able to do.
Pretty dope, yeah.
And, like, I like their chemistry, like, past-wise. I just thought it was so cute. And that little kiss they shared in the car before Bryce came in was just like... Maybe he can finally have a normal high school experience.
They finally kissed.
And have a nice, normal high school experience. Like, whatever their normal is, obviously. Right. And then now present, and he's pissed. And, no offense, like, if I have to hear about your sex life with Bryce from the police and not you, I would be pissed too.
Yeah.
Just from like an outsider's point of view, I would be upset too. You've been lying to me.
Right.
You said you didn't talk to Bryce. You slept with Bryce. And yeah, maybe I can be hurt by that. I can be a little jealous by that. Mm-hmm. Mostly because you didn't tell me, but I had to hear it from a police detective interrogating me. Yeah. That's a big pill to swallow.
It is.
And not lose my stuff while I'm in this interrogation room. They don't lock me up.
Clay reminds me of, like, the turtle in the race.
Oh, the slowest thing.
Yeah. He's really just slow. Like, and he misses out on, like, great opportunities, great women. Like, you know, that, you know, he just takes things a little too slow and like too scared.
He's just always the friend. He's friend zoned.
That's what I'm saying.
All the
Even
time.
though he doesn't want to be in a lot of situations, but he just ends up being because, like, what? Okay.
But I think that's like he sums up high school for most guys, especially the ones that aren't the jocks.
Yeah.
You know, that aren't aggressive. So I thought it was really cute, like showing actual high school. Like it was the first time it felt like high school, but the juxtaposition between that and Ani saying, "Yeah, we were friends," I was like, "Word."
Yes.
I was so angry that it just kept going to her throwing him under the bus, and then these flashbacks of this cuteness and.
And I was like, right. I feel you because like she just lies, like blatantly lies, even about her, and you know we'll get into her and Bryce, but like we were friends, and we didn't hang out often, like, but
you know, we were schoolmates.
You know what it was?
Yeah, we're
she
schoolmates.
Seemed in this episode like the girl that needs attention from everybody. So she'll pretend to be your best friend from this guy because she gets that male attention. And then she's going to pretend to be sexy to this guy because then she gets that male attention. It felt like that girl where like if you were friends with her and you're like, I like Johnny, she'd be like, I'm going for Johnny. Like, that's what it felt like. She just needed attention from everybody.
I have a theory about that though, actually. Okay, so this is my thing about with her and Clay. I think Clay is the guy she actually probably could see herself with. But I think something to her past, maybe that's why she's also a little messed up. So she's like, okay, no, I'm not going to go for him because I would hurt him. Bryce, I kind of know his story. He's like more of a safe zone for me than Clay could be.
Right. I mean, and then they also lived together, so they did spend a lot of time together. But also, you remember what she, as a flyer that wants to join us in the conversation, remember what she said, though? She wants to be what people need her to be when they need her to be it. So that's a chameleon. Like
that's a fake friend.
That's a fake. Yeah.
I would say that's more of adaptability. It's some more than fakeness.
It could be both though.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It can be both. But I feel like we really choose. I don't think because we haven't really figured out who Ani is, we can't really. I mean, we're seeing what we're seeing, so we think it could be fake, and we think it could be you just being a fake friend. But I also just think that's how she's surviving. Like being the new kid in 5 different schools in 3 years.
She needs to be liked, like you said.
Which I get it in the high school mind where you need to be liked.
Yeah.
But I think she takes it too far and almost uses people to be liked.
Yeah.
It's one thing to just be like, I want to be liked by everybody because it's high school. But she plays what they want her to be liked.
Exactly.
And I think she knows what she's doing too. It's not even like she's naive about it.
Yeah, and that's what gets on my
I change depending on who I'm with, and that's why I didn't like her.
Right. It's like, no,
so
how
angry.
about you be you? And then, but I get adaptability because, you know, you need to adapt. But this is a whole nother situation, I think.
And I do want to clarify, my anger is at the character.
The character.
Not the actress.
Yes.
It just testifies that she did a great job because she made me really dislike her in this. So I do want to clarify
A lot of the actors did a great job in this episode and made us not like a lot of them. So Clay is now the leading suspect, right?
Oh, the person of interest?
Person of interest, yes. Let's call it that.
That's what they call him.
No, it's true. The POI. But we... There's a situation with Clay and Nora, right?
Where he goes to, you mean see her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which the first thing the mother says, don't do anything stupid. And then he's like, screw that, I'm going to go.
Right. And so before we get into him actually approaching Nora, Shay, I want to get your opinion on... Why you smiling?
No, you sorry.
Why you smiling? I want to get your opinion on what you thought he was going to do when he got there.
I really thought he just wanted to get his side of it out. Clay is most of the time who he is. Like he isn't violent or spontaneous. He really isn't. I think he's become that a little bit, but that's not overall who he is. He's a very good guy.
Yeah.
And he felt like if I avail myself to Miss Walker and I just tell her this is what happened, this is who I am, I had bad blood with Bryce, but I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
I disagree.
Yes, I was gonna get to you. Go ahead.
Well, no, I think he's a good person, but I think Clay always has a motive as well.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay,
I think him going there was to search.
He's not dumb.
Yeah, he's not going to
not.
go
I don't
there.
think that's his intention, but like when you leave a room, expect yourself to get searched at that point.
Yeah, I don't know why she would have left
I don't
him in
know
the room.
why. Yeah,
That
like
was a
especially
thank you. I'll see you later. Bye. Get out of my house while I go talk to my dad.
Well, then you wait for him to stand up and you
Exactly.
show him out the door.
But I do believe that I do believe she came back and they had a smaller discussion. We just didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, why would you leave the person that you think killed your son in your room unattended? Okay, that's beyond me.
Also,
but,
why did she let him in the first place anyway? I was very surprised at that.
Unless a part of you really thinks he's innocent, which is interesting. But I want to talk about Clay and his mom, because that whole situation got me a little upset.
Okay, well, why were you upset?
Just because, I got both sides of the coin, right? Clay, he didn't do it. He knows he didn't do it. And then the mom, whether she thinks he did it or not, it might come off for who knows what he's capable of, right? But at the same time, you have to think about the law aspect of it. And right now in this situation, there's a lot of eyes on you. So you have to go about things in a certain way. And I think his mom was really trying to nail that down because she does want to protect him. And she does want this to go right for him. But he's just so stubborn, and Clay is very defensive. And so he just wouldn't back down. And I was just like, understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, you can't handle this by yourself. You can't save the world. You can't save yourself like that. You need a lawyer. People think you did this. So they're going to go through whatever extent they can to prove that you did it.
Yeah, I think definitely the lawyer aspect of it. I think the second he was brought in, she put on lawyer hat.
Yes.
And it was like, look, these are all the steps. And yes, of everybody that we've looked at, he has the most motive. He has the most evidence against him.
He has a gun with him.
There's a video of him holding a gun to Bryce. There's a lot of stuff stacked up against him, and she sees that. And I think the mom aspect of her doesn't necessarily know if he did it, but also she's seen him snap before.
Yes.
And she's seen this side of him where he was talking to Hannah and all these different things. And it's like, I don't know if he did, but I want to support him if he did. But by her saying, like, I support you if you're this way, is going to anger anybody that's not. You know what I mean? Like, so I get it from the teenage point of view. He's like, why would you even think that? But she's trying to play it safe, too, and be like, I'm here for you if you want to tell me something.
Right.
And then also playing the lawyer side. But, yeah, he's taking it.
Yeah, I think in his point, he didn't want the lawyer. He wanted his mom. Like, his dad is like, no, we believe you. And he's his dad's the only one saying, we believe you. Like, his mom is not saying anything, mind you, in this whole conversation. So I would get upset, too, because I want my mom right now. Like,
right.
I don't want the lawyer talking to me. Like, I think once he, obviously gets unmad, he'll understand.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, I want you as my mom to say, you believe me.
Yeah.
Because you're not even my lawyer anyway. Dennis probably will be.
Right.
So at that point, I don't need...
She can't be his lawyer.
I don't need Lori. I don't need Lori to be I don't need the lawyer part of you. I need the mom part of you.
Yeah.
To be in effect.
I get it. And the mom part was coming through the lawyer part of protection. But I just think he just wouldn't stop and just think about where she was coming from.
But he gets that from her. So
exactly.
You ain't know at that point, you got two sides of the same person.
Yeah.
Having a conversation right now.
And then the passive dad.
He just likes to keep the peace. He likes the peace.
With Justin on the side, just like, I don't know what's going on.
We're here for you.
Right.
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, but that was, I mean, it was a really good scene. It was a really good scene. It got under my skin a little bit because I was just like, okay, you're just not understanding it. But I totally get both sides. But before we go on to our next segment, Shay Jones has a little message for you all.
Hey guys, we just want to say thank you so much for tuning us into us here at AfterBuzz TV. But to keep doing what we do here, we need your help. So if you're watching us right now on YouTube, give us that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment below, let us know what your theories are on this season with no spoilers because we're only up to episode 7 so far.
Spoilers.
We appreciate no spoilers. But if you're listening to us right now on iTunes, give us that 5-star rating. The 1 through 4 do not work.
Nope.
They drowned with Bryce. Unfortunately, they just I can't tell you how it happened. I just know it does, and only the 5 work. Don't forget to leave a review on there as well. We just want to say thank you so much for making AfterBuzz TV the ESPN of TV talk, because we love doing what we do here. We love your theories. We love your passion, because we're passionate about what we're doing too. Yes. So thank you, and back to you, Danny Royce.
Thank you, Shay Jones. That was awesome. Moving on to our next topic. Aggressive Ani and Bryce. So I honestly enjoyed diving a little bit more into their relationship, seeing what happened at the house while they were alone.
I like seeing that side of Bryce.
Yes.
Because I feel like it goes right hand in hand with him trying to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Is also him falling for this girl and really enjoying his time with her and trying to be sweet and all this stuff. But for her, I liked it and I hated it, because at the same time I was like, you're a teenager, and she just, I don't know, she had this like coldness that I was saying like you get later in life. But it's kind of true. But like she could separate it, like, and it was just physical for her. And that's, to be a female and be a teenager and have that, I don't know if it felt unrealistic or if I just had more questions, but it just felt really odd.
I mean, she remember she did say, like, when you want something you know you shouldn't have. I think for her it wasn't so much as just like, okay, we're doing this sexual physical thing, but it was also like, okay, it's good at the moment.
But overall,
is it good for me? Yeah, exactly. But also I did see her able to cut that off, and her face, like when he said that he actually never felt this way before, and she just like froze. I don't know. Like something happened.
It was like
to
a
her.
shutdown moment too. It was just
maybe it's the forbidden fruit thing. Yes. Because obviously he's the most taboo person you can pick.
Yeah.
And you're under the roof with your mom, it's probably the most forbidden thing she could possibly do. Mm-hmm. And I think she kind of gets off on that.
Like I said, I think it's really like Bryce was safe to her. Like she didn't feel like he was gonna. No, Bryce is safer in the fact that her feelings aren't involved. I think with Clay, her feelings could get involved.
Yeah, she's more vulnerable.
More vulnerable because of what we don't know about her past. Mm-hmm. Could be a factor as to why she would hook up with Bryce and just try to like have this physical moment and not like actually see an actual connection. Mm-hmm. She's like, for her, this is like, oh, cool, a moment in time. I get some. It was okay.
As a teenager,
right? That's what I'm saying. A teenager, though. I'm not trying. The age ain't got nothing to do with it, but it's also like she had to have had some experiences.
Yes.
Early in life to be able to do that and understand it. But I also liked. I mean, I'm not trying to cheer rapists or anything, but it's interesting to see that side. Deal with it again and try to be better. Deal with sexual activity. Yeah. Because we saw Jessica's side. Now we're seeing Bryce's side, the person that actually committed that crime and was a predator. So just seeing him and like he can't get visions out of his head.
Or the voices.
And I just thought that was very interesting.
And he feels really guilty. Like even with her, he was like, you shouldn't want this. You shouldn't be with me. Mm-hmm. Like. He very much is seeing that he struggles when it comes to sex, and there's lines that he doesn't know how to deal with yet. So it was really interesting to see that side of him.
Yeah,
I liked it when he was just like after they had the talk, and he was just like, "Okay, now it's my turn for you. I mean, I'm probably not that good at it, but I'm sure you can teach me." I was just like, yes, a man who wants to learn something today. Was I the only one for real?
All right, guys, we're gonna talk about sex again.
Oh my god!
No, for real, tell me wrong. That's not awesome though. Like a guy who just like teach me something.
Is that awesome? Monica?
Yeah, I would say again as a teenager. Because that's not something most teenage boys
care about
or think about. It's not about that for them. They're like, I'm just having sex.
He's very experienced. So
no, he has done experiences. I don't think he has experience.
I think it's also safe for him. I think he's realizing that like doing that sort of thing is out of the box for him, and it keeps him from wanting to cross the line and do other things.
Exactly.
So.
And also, I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed when she pushed him down on the bed and all that stuff, like the whole time his hands were like this. Like he was like, I don't want to touch.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get the notion that I'm doing anything forceful.
Yeah.
Like that whole thing was just interesting. It was awkward, but it was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something they both needed to learn in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just Bryce needs to learn how to do sex that isn't forceful.
Yes.
And is about a more of a union when it comes to sex. And I think Ani just needs to learn how to bring her emotions involved somehow. I mean, I don't think she learned that lesson.
Stop lying.
Well, that too.
All the damn time. Like, what?
I mean, I feel like her lies are something she's got used to for whatever happened in her past, and I don't know if she doesn't know how to stop yet. I think that's also what it is.
Yeah, but what else is she lying about? What's going on in the chat?
So he said yes, sex talk.
Yeah, you guys love it.
All cat, like, exclamation points.
Right.
Golub also said, please continue.
They love it out there.
That's so funny.
I mean, earlier they were just talking about the whole the cops are dead set on that Clay did it without real proof, idiots. I feel like Clay at times holds everything to protect his family or worry because he doesn't know how they'll react and won't understand. And it was so messed up that Clay's own mom thought he killed Bryce. So Amy, in defense, said she is a good lawyer, though, with a 100 emoji.
She is. She went to lawyer mode, which is not always, the best, but it was needed in that moment in time, I think.
I think it's also, I mean, not that you want your mom to think you killed somebody, but at least she was kind of understanding of, like, his mental health past. And, some moms would just be like, you would never do that. And they can't even imagine, or, like, you're not depressed, you're fine. Like, they just block it out, where she was being a good mom and being like, I'm here for you if you want to tell me anything. Like, I understand, so...
I think that was really
that side
exactly,
of it.
Yeah, and like, he would never do anything while he's building a bomb in his room.
Yeah, some parents are just in denial, and I feel like she was trying to be understanding and also saying like, "I'm here for you if you did."
Right. And mental health. His dad was funny. He was like, "Mental health? What are you trying to say?"
I think I was telling you guys earlier that I think Clay's mom was doing what Clay did to everybody else. So for him, it was just like. Not even like he didn't take it as like, oh, I've been doing this for like weeks now with my own friends, but just like, why do I need a defense? I'm innocent.
Right. Yeah. But then you just follow like Justin and Jessica. Okay. Speaking of Jessica, she got it 2 times in this episode. Right. I was like, she couldn't just get a break from Alex going off on her in public like that. What were your thoughts, Shane?
I want to slap Alex.
I was mad at him too in this
episode.
Sorry,
I was completely mad at Alex in the fact that, like, if I was Jessica, you've known him for so many years. Like, this obviously is not like his normal behavior. Yeah. Like you have no issue just snapping at Justin. I need you to use some of that energy to snap on him real quick because I think he needs it. He needs a wake up call. He needs something because no matter however you feel about whatever I'm doing with Justin, it's no longer your business. Yeah. It is no longer. It just isn't. Like whether relationship I'm having with Justin is no longer your business because we're not together anymore, and you don't want us to be friends. So you don't also get to pass judgment, right? Because you don't like what's happening.
I also get his anger though, because he was there for her through that entire process and everything that Justin did to her. Yeah. And then to see her go back to him, but the way that he handled it was awful. Like absolutely terrible. Just say it out loud for everybody.
That is horrible.
And I think, you're right. He does need somebody to put him in his place because I think everyone's dealing with him with like little kid gloves because of him shooting himself. Like they're like so worried about standing up to him and saying what he needs to hear, and somebody does need to put him in his place. But yeah, that was an awful scene. And then he didn't stop. He just kept going. And I was like,
somebody need to knock him out like Tyler did, but really knock him out.
Like actual KO.
Yeah, that was over the top. I mean, like you said, I get where the pain and the anger is coming from, and also with his disability now, and he's not quite sure. He still wants answers because he's not quite sure why Jessica chose Justin over him.
But I mean, she told him, but he didn't like the answer.
He didn't like the answer.
That's the difference, though.
True.
I told you the answer, but you didn't like it, so you didn't want to hear it.
But that's so typical, though, because saying, like, it's not you, it's me. Like, I have feelings for somebody else, and trying to explain that when I think a lot of us, if we've been through a breakup, want an answer.
Yes.
You did this, and that was the moment I decided I didn't love you.
She
like,
didn't,
that's what
he didn't
we
get
all
that.
want, and nobody gets that.
Right.
It's just...
But, you know, he's a teenager, so...
Yeah. So he's
like,
just hurting and angry.
Right. He's hurting and angry and just taking it out in the wrong place at the wrong time. And then she gets it from Casey. That
witch.
That was...
See, he won't say it. I will.
You still can say it. Nah.
But they knew. I mean, it was a beat, so it still works, okay?
No, Casey is... Oh, my goodness. What did you think about that whole scene, Monica?
She makes me mad in general. She needs to deal with her anger in a different way, because I understand that she's trying to make a difference, but the way she's going about it, shoving it down everyone's throat, it's like, it's too much.
Yeah.
And it's not
and then also telling another victim that they're still being a victim and they're not being a survivor. It's first of all, that's just never okay, and that's not your right.
That's what I was like, what right does she have to even say that? Like, everyone processes and go through this differently.
Yeah, like I'm better with my trauma than you are. Like, I'm stronger than you.
Right.
It's like, I'm sorry.
I'd be like, are you sure?
Like, you're a victim. I believe Casey's still a victim.
Casey's still there. Yeah, she's still a victim pretending she's a survivor.
Right.
That's what it is. You're a victim pretending you're a survivor, and then also just to throw the fact that I'm whatever relationship I have with Justin in my face. You don't have to live in my life. You're not, like, you didn't live through my experience. I didn't live through yours. You don't see me passing judgment on what you're doing so much as the fact that you're going to bring this whole meeting or group that we have down. And I won't be able to protect you much longer if the principal has his way.
Right, exactly.
Because you're trying to take over the group. Okay, fine. But when the principal shuts you down, don't expect me to save you.
I mean, it's not, the premise is that it's not what Jessica meant the group to be about.
Yes.
It's not right. It's a start or anything. So it just clearly took a whole left turn.
It's kind of like totally different, but feels the same as, like we said earlier, the super religious people that their intention is there, but they're going about it in a way that's actually counterproductive.
Right.
And I feel like it's the same sort of thing with her. Like, she believes in the cause, but she's going about it in a way that's actually going to hurt everybody. Like, there's no good coming out of just screaming and yelling and judging who's dealt with their trauma better. I mean, that's not helping anything.
That's not how you affect change anyway.
No.
Yeah, and prejudice against all jocks and everyone that looks like a jock. Like, what?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
And that isn't healthy for your own mental health as it is. Like, because now you're also showing people that you're still afraid. You're still afraid of what happened to you, and you really haven't dealt with it. I mean, Jessica she still might live in fear sometimes, but she also has moved past it enough where she can be, like, use her voice, be stronger, use her power. She's not governed by her fear anymore. Right. Which is the whole reason why she ran for presidency in the first place.
Right. I definitely agree. So Justin and Jessica's secret is out.
They're just making out in the hallways.
Let's make it out now.
I thought that was awesome. Just like, they're just like, F them. Like, I'm like, sometimes I think for me in high school, because I used to be bullied a lot, it had to come to a point where I was either gonna let the bullying destroy me or not, and I had to have a realization of, you know what, F these people. I won't remember half these people in 5 years. They don't matter. And as soon as you realize that, no matter what age you are, whether elementary, middle school, or high school, it becomes like so much weight has been lifted off your shoulders, because now you no longer give a shit what anybody has to say.
Yeah, definitely. That's so true. Monica.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's got to be some sort of relief in having the secret out there. Obviously not the way she wanted it to. I feel like Jessica, her secrets just keep getting blown up in, like, the worst ways, and then she just kind of has to go, well, everybody knows. It's like, that's how it was with the rape. That's how it is with this. It's like everybody else just exposing all of her stuff, and then she's just kind of got to deal with it. But, yeah, she did the best she could with the situation, and, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how... Like, I mean, boys will be boys, I guess, but in the locker room and all that,
But can we stop using that title,
I hate that. Yeah, no, I hate that. But I'm saying the locker room, like, it was a pure example of that and why that is a saying. Yeah. Because you saw, like, how he got a congratulatory, all that stuff, but it's not even about that. Like, he actually loves her. And so Zach When I love it, Zach. that was my favorite part. Zach was like, what are you saying?
He said take care of her.
Take care of her, yes. He's like, all right, Zach, what do you want? Because he thought he was going to.
Well, no, he says if you love her.
If you love her.
Do you love her? He's like, yes. Take care of her.
Just take care of her.
Yeah.
And that's all
he said, no one cares what other people say.
Zach's the only one I wasn't angry at.
Yes, me too. And it was just funny how Justin thought Zach was just going to give him this whole speech and just lay it down, you know what I mean? But I thought that was a nice scene.
I thought that just showed, just because he's in his own little forbidden thing-ish friend relationship with Chloe, and like he doesn't get to like actually have that. He doesn't get to take care of her the way he wants to.
Yeah.
So when he sees this happening to Justin, he's just like, do you love her? Like, let's be simple about it. Like, sometimes things are simple. I think we complicate things more than they should be. Key things: do you love her? Yes. Is she worth it? Yes. F everybody else. Just take care of her and be true to each other, and then you'll be fine.
Right. And also just move on. Like, the past is the past. We can't live in the past. You know,
Trust me,
we can't dwell in the past. You know, and you forgive and just move forward. But so Clay, another issue with Clay is he refuses to see anyone in a different point of view, which was also brought out about Bryce. And so Bryce visits Clay, which I thought was an interesting scene.
It was like Hannah all over.
It was like Hannah all over. He's like, I'm gonna be with you this whole time. You can't get away from me. I'm gonna follow you. Monica, what did you think about that scene?
Yeah, it was interesting. It's interesting that Clay, in general, like you said, he has a very strong, this is right, this is wrong, this person is this person's this, and cannot seem to sway from that. So it was an interesting scene. I don't know.
I think for me, it also shows the fact that even though he does seem to have that sense, he can be swayed. Because he used to believe that about Tyler, and he's the one who saved Tyler.
That's true, yeah.
So it takes, he's slow to get to the point of he can see somebody as being different and being changed. But eventually he gets there. It takes him a while, like you keep the tortoise. Like, it takes him a while to get there.
That's what I said.
It takes him a while, but he eventually does make it to the point where he's just like, okay. Yeah. So this is a human being. Yeah. Okay, that he was trying to change. And for him, like, to see Bryce in that way, in a way, I think it was just like, in a way, Bryce's ghost trying to be like, you need to figure out what happened to me. I will keep bothering you to the day you die. If you get arrested and go in jail because of me, I will keep bothering you until you figure out what really happened. Because you're so angry with me, and I feel like you need to get past your anger at me to figure out what's really going on here. Right. Because once you get past it, you'll be past me.
I think
that's what it really,
the way that he can, like, support and see hope and change in all these people, he can't with Bryce for some reason. Yes. And I think it's the jealousy connected to Hannah and now connected to Ani. Like, he goes red when it comes to jealousy and when it comes to the girl that he loves. And he doesn't do that with anyone else. You're right. Like, he does kind of look at everyone else and see the best in them, but with Bryce, he just can't.
And I just thought it was something very interesting Bryce said in that, you know, the last bit, he said, you're not well, Clay, you know, and pretty much saying get some help. Because Clay's taking on a lot. We talked about it. Clay's taking on a lot and is not dealing with his own issues and things that are going on. He's not talking to anyone. He's not, you know. So I think it's a lot boiling up inside.
Yep.
So, but we'll see. But we're going to go to our special segment.
Who done it?
Woo! Oh, we're doing a new one. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is the sneaky one.
Hey.
I want like a top hat or
right.
something.
I need a magnifying glass.
All right, so if this is your first time watching, every episode we guess who we think killed Bryce based on the episode. So Danny, who's your guess?
My guest on this episode was Casey. She just pissed me off. And I saw the rage. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the actress didn't. I don't know her real name. Bex, yeah, that's right. She put it down, but I just saw how enraged she could get, and if for someone to represent what you hate like that, who knows?
Yep. All right, Shay.
Alex, because of his blow up at Jessica, like all the pent up energy and the rage that he just is like, it's like boiling. It comes out in just different moments. I really think the eruption could come at a time he wasn't expecting to.
Yeah, I can see that. Everyone was angry in this one.
Everyone.
I felt like the episode would lead me to Clay, but I just can't believe in Clay.
Yeah, right.
I would go with Ani because she was cold. There was something about her that flipped that I didn't like. So that's my guess.
I mean, that last scene, like, Clay kind of scared me for a second.
Right?
But I'm like, but technically, why are you in my house in the, like, dark, in the rain?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. That was like, oh, that's interesting.
So let us know in the comments who you think killed Bryce.
Without
No spoilers, just based on this episode and everything we've seen up to now, because we are watching it one episode at a time. But leave us a comment.
One episode at a time. All right. Any last comments on this episode, ladies?
Just angry.
Yeah, just a lot of anger.
A lot of anger. And I do want to say, if anybody out there, we always just want to say, if anybody out there is struggling with depression, anxiety, any of these issues, suicidal thoughts, I know this show deals with a lot of stuff, and there are really good resources out there. If you go to 13reasonswhy.info, they have specific information and resources on every single topic that the show covers. And they also have a crisis text line, and all you got to do is text the word REASON, REASON, to 741-741. So there are people there 24/7 that will be there for you, as well as people in your life. So if you're dealing with something, please speak up. There are people who care.
Yes, we care. We
care.
love you. Thanks, folks, for joining us here at 13 Reasons Why After Show. Stay tuned because we will be covering episode 8 coming up shortly. Monica, take us away.
Thank you guys so much. You can find me across social media at Monica Goes Show.
You guys can find me at Real Shade Jones on Twitter and Instagram, and Grand Hotel season finale Monday at 8 p.m.
And you can find me everywhere at I Am Danny Royce, also Monday nights on The Terror After Show. We'll see you soon, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.